Hey, my brother.
Good morning to you,
Good
Prime
morning,
Minister.
Prime Minister. How are you?
Am I?
You're live.
I'm live.
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, I'm out in Fancy.
Okay.
I've been out here 6:30, quarter to 7 this morning.
Wow.
Because today would be a real difficult day.
Yes,
The day after.
that's true.
Um, First, in relation to the search for the other two missing students, that search restarted this morning. The Coast Guard is out.
Okay.
So too several divers from Fancy area for helping,
Okay.
and we are looking for our remaining two students.
All right.
Of the 10 persons who had been taken to the Kingston Hospital, the Milton Cater Memorial Hospital initially, and the 4 in Georgetown. One from Georgetown had been advised was transferred to Kingston yesterday evening, or that ought to have happened.
Okay.
But they wanted to have some further checks.
All right.
Of those who are in the Milton Cater Memorial Hospital, two came out. Two boys. I saw them. One had a laceration and took some sutures. That's over his eye.
Okay.
Another one was fortunate. He just his pain is inside. Of course, he got some bumps and the like. The 2 adults at the hospital. The nurse, she seems to be okay. She's a student doing midwifery.
Okay.
She's a nurse, but she's specializing in midwifery. And the owner of the van, Mr. Myers, the 2 of the persons who are in the hospital have some challenges, but it was not reported, some particular challenges, but it was not reported to me. Health challenges, that is. But it wasn't reported to me by the doctors. I spoke to a senior doctor who was there, who told me that in as presently advised, no one is in any life-threatening condition.
Okay.
Let's keep our fingers crossed, and that our doctors, with the help of God, do their work. The doctors and the nurses and all the health personnel to take care of these patients, or students, and the 2 adults.
Yes.
In the temporary shelter, the temporary crisis center, which was at Oya, that one was there yesterday to keep some people, but that has been closed because the bulk of the people live in everybody really live in Fancy.
Right.
So there's one in Fancy, and at the Seventh-day Adventist Church, so there'd be that center there ongoing to help with the healing.
Yes.
There is one headed by Dr. Joselle Miller at the Milton Cater Memorial Hospital. So that the state agencies have responded with commendably, and we will naturally review all the responses to see if there were any glitches anywhere.
Okay.
And whether they were material or whether they're matters which we simply have to just tighten up on, because I would want to have, as the minister responsible for national emergencies and disaster preparedness, to make sure that we perform our functions at the highest level without glitches.
Yes.
I have visited most of the families. I have, I think, 3 more to visit. Every family has its own special history and circumstances. And this is why we all have to attend to individual needs of families.
Yes.
There's one lady who, she has a son, but it's her only daughter who's dead. Then there's a mother and a grandmother. She as a mother, she lost a 17-year-old son in an accident in Annesville in 1990,
Okay.
motor vehicle accident.
Mm-hmm.
Now she has lost a grandson, 16, in this one.
Mm.
She has, of course, two boys, two foster sons, because she's a foster parent.
Okay.
One of them goes to the grammar school, the other one goes to the school here in Fancy. And you have all these special sets of circumstances.
Yes.
I've visited with the mothers of the two students who are still missing. The father of one of them is at the site. He's a station sergeant in the police force. Naturally, they're searching for their daughter. And then there's another lady, Gemma. She lost two boys. You know, and each of them has a special situation or a special set of circumstances. A father who's in Antigua, another one who would be in Tortola, another one who's somewhere else. The mother may be somewhere else, the child living with the grandmother. You know,
Yes.
each set of circumstances is different, but there's the universality of loss,
Yes.
pain and suffering and trauma. So we have to deal with the universal phenomena and at the same time to address each specific family, each specific situation in its own terms and on its own merits. And I wanted to be out here very early because I know from experiences and from life that this morning when you get up, the routine which you will do with your children or grandchildren
Yes.
to get them off to school, the hugs, the kisses,
Yep.
bye mom, bye dad,
Yep.
you know, you didn't have any lunch, you didn't make any lunch for me today. What about you have a $2 or a $5 or a $4?
Right.
Give me, take care of yourselves, don't get in any trouble today, boy. Stay away from bad company, girl. Remember that always. You're going to university, just do your work properly. You know, different, all these responses. Some of them would be helping their mother or father make breakfast, all these things. And that this morning, that loss would be very dramatic.
Yeah.
And even those who have survived, the pain of their friends is something which would bring tears to their eyes.
Yes.
So this morning is a very special morning, and so too would be succeeding mornings, but this one especially. In relation to the Fancy government school, that is, the school is going to be opened, but really it's going to be an event where parents will send their children and there's a sense of solidarity. But one of the teachers, Junior Bowens,
Mm-hmm.
he has lost a daughter. Then there's one child who died was going to the Georgetown Secondary School, and then one at the grammar school. I tried to get the principal this morning of the headmaster of the grammar school. I didn't get him. But the others, either dead or injured or who survived, they go to North Union Secondary School. I spoke to the headmaster this morning, the principal of the North Union Secondary School, and he has advised that the teachers are all going there. The Minister of Education told me some parents would want to send their students because some of the students would want to have the companionship. And yesterday, I understand when the news hit North Union Secondary, a number approximating 100 simply collapsed.
All right.
You know, I mean, this is something awful.
Yes.
I mean, the ramifications and the extent, as I say, of the pain and suffering and loss. This we have to spend a lot of time and effort to build it back.
Yes.
And so it is in that context and with my appreciation of these matters, and it's my responsibility, really, my obligation, and to my office and to our people, and it's a human response. It's the leadership of the churches are playing an important role. I know Reverend Blake. I just saw him. He stayed up here last night, and he'll be going around.
Wonderful.
And there are others.
Yes.
And there are others.
Okay.
So that is where we are at the moment. As presently advised, we will have our parliament this afternoon.
Okay.
Into the evening. It's not the best circumstances, not the most propitious circumstances in which to have a throne speech and to have my budget address, and then of course for the debate this week. I have to consult with my colleagues as to whether I should leave to go to Abu Dhabi on Friday anymore. I may have to stay on the ground. I may have to send someone else. It's all those things I have to have a determination this morning. I don't know yet when the funerals will be taking place. The one with the two boys, the mother said that she'd like to have a funeral with both, one funeral for both of them. And they don't know what period of time they will span the various funerals. And this is how it is.
Yes,
I want to say that from across the region, there's an outpouring of love and solidarity from CARICOM leaders, from the CARICOM Secretariat. The radio station in Jamaica called me last night. I spoke to them. I just spoke to one which linked up with Hits FM from Barbados. One from Trinidad was getting me, but I think when they called, I was I was in consultation with families, particular families, and that obviously takes priority.
Yes.
I could always get to talk to journalists from Trinidad at either later today or tomorrow, but this morning is important. So I'm as I say, I have a 3 or so homes remaining to check, and then I will go back to Rock Gutter where Minister Daniel is. He came over with me this morning, but he had to go back to take some persons who were going to do diving.
Okay.
And a truck also left with some divers. And when I arrived there this morning early on the site, there were persons waiting to go into the water. We were just awaiting the arrival of the Coast Guard, which came shortly afterwards.
Okay.
All right. So
thank you.
The water is not as bad as yesterday.
Okay.
And I look out, the sky has cleared. It's blue sky, and it's like, the imagery I have in the circumstances is you can talk about the cathedral of the sky with the sun for steeple. It's majestic.
All right.
But yet there's pain and suffering among us.
Yeah.
All the best.
Thank you,
Thank
Prime
you,
Minister.
Mr. Prime Minister.
God bless.
Stay safe.